Are you ready to lose weight and feel better than you've ever felt in your life? I, the Minister of Wellness, am offering an incredible 50% discount code on my Lose 100 Pounds in 100 Days book, which contains the exact meal plan that has helped thousands of our people achieve amazing results. Take advantage before this offer ends by visiting theministerofwellness.com and use the promo code NEWYOU22.
So the Kappa Sigma fraternity at the University of Richmond is suspended while the school administration investigates a white supremacist video of some fraternity members singing Dixie. Now, the video clip made public by the Collegian shows several fraternity members singing Dixie. Now, y'all saw how dirty that room was. Stuff was everywhere in there. All of them looked like they were broken dusty. All of them, okay? But you heard them saying that the South would rise again. No, it won't. Get that fantasy out of your mind that the South is going to rise again. It's just not going to happen. Sorry. Them days are gone. And you say you want to be a slave owner. It's because you're lazy. That's been your problem from day one. You're lazy. You complain about black folks and whoever else you complain about. You complaining because you did not want to work hard. You never wanted to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You always wanted black people to do your work. Or now you want Hispanics to do your work. You don't want to do anything. Let's just call it what it is. You know, I mean, you always complain about they don't have jobs or whatever for you. Well, you can go out there and pick them strawberries and go out there and pick grapes and everything else. Why don't you go do that? Well, so you don't want to do that. Anytime it's some real manual labor, you know, that's not what you want to do whatsoever. That's been your problem, laziness. But they always want to try to call black people lazy, please. If you sit up there and let them people call you lazy, something wrong with you, because just knowing the history of how they move and even how you see how some of them move on the job too, you already know. So Dixie or Dixie's Land is widely considered the national anthem of the Confederacy and was often used as part of minstrel shows mocking black enslaved people during the mid-1800s. Now, December the 20th, the University of Richmond suspended the Kappa Sigma fraternity upon learning of the video, which was recorded during the 2019-2020 school year. And the university president, Kevin Halleck, sent a statement that read, they said, "We are in the process of identifying those in the video who are current students. They said the behavior recorded is shameful and despicable. This is not who we are, nor who we aspire to be." They say, "We will take appropriate actions based on the findings of our investigation." Stop saying that's not who we are, because that is what America really is. It was built on white supremacy. It's maintained by white supremacy. You have not changed that whatsoever. So that's exactly who you are. You just only say that when you get caught. You say, now, he's executive director of Kappa Sigma, Mitchell Wilson, also put a statement and said they had suspended, the operations of the University of Richmond. The fraternity strongly condemns a recent video depicting members of the Beta Beta chapter as this conduct is contrary to the inclusiveness and the principles valued by Kappa Sigma. Now, I didn't see nothing what black folks want to be a part of, and black people be smart. Now, the University of Richmond has a student population of 4,000 students, where there's around 300 black folks, about 390 Hispanics, and 260 Asians, as the rest is all Mzungu. And what I would tell black students, as long as you go into their universities, you're going to deal with this, or possibly deal with this. Why don't you go to the HBCUs? I tell black folks that. That's like a no-brainer. Go to the HBCUs. Them folks is going to their universities. Understand? That's where they're going. So why you can't go to the HBCUs? The more black folks that go to the HBCUs, the more funds that come in, the more funds they could actually receive from the federal government if they have, a lot of students, right? Same thing with the football program. You look at the situation at Jackson State University with Deion Sanders, how he got the #1 recruit. If all the highly talented black students go play football, basketball, whatever you want to play, just go to the HBCUs and do it, You literally can make the HBCUs turn around overnight where they don't even need a whole lot of funding, because y'all gonna bring in all the funding by bringing the talent. You know, people want to talk about Black America and, oh, we need to do in Black America and Black empowerment. If you're not trying to empower your institutions, you failing. You got to empower by your institutions by sending your children or really encouraging your children to the HBCUs. And also to the HBCUs, I'm going to tell you this too. A lot of times Black people don't go to the HBCUs, not because we don't even want to go. A lot of times we don't even know you exist. And that's the biggest problem with not only HBCUs, but Black people in business in general. We have an advertising program that we have here, we run on this channel, and it is affordable for people that are serious. And I know some of that funding that y'all getting from Jim Crow Joe, y'all could easily spend, some ads here and constantly put your university in front of our audience. It's a lot of Black Americans that watch this show. 80% of our audience come from the United States. So that is a lot of people, the eyes that could be thinking about sending our children to the HBCUs. But if you don't let nobody know you exist, and running ads with us is not going to be as expensive as it is running it on TV. It's definitely not. So y'all may spend some money with Facebook, but you know how it goes with Facebook ads, right? You do better doing it here. So reach out. And any of you that's connected to HBCUs, tell them reach out to us. We'd love to run some ads with some HBCUs and get some of our children to start going that way. It doesn't make no sense why Black students are still dealing with this problem. We have our own institutions. That's what they were built for, so we wouldn't have to deal with those problems. Now, I understand you have some Black folks that just want to be up underneath Massa and his children. I get it. But I'm talking about you Black folks that say you tired. You want to, champion Black Lives Matter on their campuses. Why? I think that's the most silly thing that y'all do. You want to do Black Lives Matter on their campuses instead of you going to the HBCUs. It doesn't make sense. It really don't. You want to go up in them folks' house and tell them how to run their own things. And you know how they are. Support our own institutions. We can eliminate a whole lot of this racism if we just go in our own institutions and support that. Now, in this story continuing, many Black students are part of the Black Student Coalition on campus, which made demands of universities to help with the campus culture being more inclusive. See, y'all don't think that's like the term inclusion? You're not tired of using that word yet? They don't believe in quote unquote diversity, okay? They don't believe in that. They never have. They don't believe in inclusion. They don't. So why don't you go include yourself in an HBCU? Why don't you do it? Why? I don't get it and I don't understand it. We have to start putting a little pressure on our own community too. We always putting pressure on them folks. Include us, be diverse, do this, do that. And all that money you spending at those predominantly white institutions, PWIs, all the money you spending there, you can be putting it in the HBCUs. These people don't respect you. They don't. So why in the world you keep giving your money to these people? Why? Go to our own institutions. And I know how some of you are because you had that little inner white supremacist in you. Because I told you I'm going to start addressing that a little bit more too this year. That little inner white supremacist that's in you, that automatically you're ready to cut Black folks off. Anything Black, you're ready to cut it off or demonize it. One person make a mistake with you and the whole Black world's done. Instead of up here making demands of these people. Now they say they're making demands. They're talking about creating an endowed African studies program and renaming buildings on campuses that do not uphold the Confederacy. See, if you go to an HBCU, you won't have that. Do you know that? Well, brother, we got to fight. We got to fight, brother. because we need to be included, brother. We got to fight. Why are you fighting with them people's stuff? Telling them to rename a building. And they institutions when we got our own. That's why I love Deion Sanders, because he's being more instrumental than just football to me. We're going to be a coach at the HBCU. Now, they say the black students hope, he said, the university addressed their specific concerns. The culture on campus can shift from one where racist videos from students exist to a more inclusive and welcoming environment to students of color. Let me tell y'all something. You will never be included because this system wasn't built to make sure that you're comfortable and I'm comfortable. This system was built to maintain white supremacy and white people, okay? You need to understand that at this present moment, as long as they're running it, it's going to continue to be that way. If you say you want to be in America, you don't want to go nowhere, well, why don't you act like it? Why don't you support your own institutions? That's how you build something. You want to build, you build by institutions. And you have all the black folks going to the HBCUs so much that now they got to expand more HBCUs. That's how you do that. We got to stop begging them folks to include us in their things. Asking them to have African studies. And when you can go to HBCU and get that all day long. Come on now. Stop begging. Stop begging these people to include you in their things. Like, am I the only one that just feel that way? It is sad that you keep begging these people and they done showed you for hundreds of years they don't want you around. You ain't got the message yet? Do they got to keep telling you this? I don't want to be somewhere where people don't want me around. If I'm getting that vibe, you don't want me around, I don't want to be around you. But it's like you just gluttons for punishment and you like abuse. You really need to deal with yourself. That's something deep inside you. It's not them, it's inside you. You feel being around them is, oh my God. No matter how they treat you, please treat me right. Please include me. Please have African studies. Could you not just say those mean words instead of going to an institution where people look like you and you don't even have to deal with that issue and problem? I don't know. Like I said, I just don't have no sympathy for it at this point. I really don't. Because I'm tired of the begging. I'm tired of the crying when we got things already set up that we should be attending. Once again, HBCUs, any of you watching that's connected to HBCU, run some advertising over here. Let's get people knowing who you are, because we know you got the budget for it through the government. But leave me a comment. Let us think about this, particular story. But just think about what I'm telling you. Think about this long and hard. I told y'all, this is their culture. This is who, they raised themselves to be. And that's fine. I'm not trying to change them. I'm not trying to be included or anything. I'm not. But what are we going to start doing about it as a people? We're going to continue to beg. We're going to continue to want to be included in their things. Like, come on, have some self-respect. Colonization never ended in the white supremacist system. And as we see today, the colonization is in the mind. Now, those who have been enslaved and those who have been colonized, we're still dealing with the remnants of that through the colonization of the mind. Pick up my book, 7 Steps to Decolonize the Mind, and we will help deprogram you from the colonization that was put upon you by generations and generations of white supremacy. You can pick it up today on Amazon.com.